Surviving Reality contains explicit content full of snark and sarcasm that may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Surviving Reality.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Carly. And our Secret Lives of Mormon Wives marathon continues. That's the MomTok marathon.
Yes.
I gave it a good name and then instantly forgot it.
Can't remember what it is.
Well.
But we're trucking along here. Day 2 of MomTok Marathon.
And episode 3. This is season 3, episode 3, The Book of Demi.
Season 3, episode 3, Book of Demi. It all rhymes.
I'm guessing that's not an actual part of the Book of Mormon?
It's not.
No, huh? No. Wow. They really courted themselves by having to name every episode The Book of.
I don't know why they're still doing that, because you could change it up between seasons. You can just not do that anymore. Plus, I feel like they've had like 4 Book of Deceit episodes and Book of Lies.
Okay, there's so many times that I read a title and I think, didn't we already do an episode named that?
We already had this one, right?
I don't know. They're too familiar. But here we are. We're picking back up with Macy and Michaela's interrogation of Marciano.
Tactical questioning. Can't call it interrogation anymore.
We're finally finding out what Marciano's motivation would be to go along with the lie that Demi did or didn't imply that he should or shouldn't say to make things worse for Jessi.
There's too many back and forths. I'm just getting confused now. I don't know what's going on. Now you have Marciano's changing up his story again, because this is just flip, flop, snip, snap, back and forth. It's very difficult to keep up with. But it's sounding like Jessi cut things off because she's married still.
That just blindsided Marciano.
And he was like, geez, she just like stopped talking to me out of the blue. Cold turkey. Yeah.
That's usually what happens when somebody's having an affair and their spouse finds out about it.
She shouldn't continue talking to you anymore. She already feels like regret. She feels bad about this. So, yeah, she's not talking to you anymore. So he seeks Demi to confide in. He goes to her and tells her all of these feelings that he's having about the entire situation.
And then she takes that opportunity to manipulate him?
I guess. To an extent. That's kind of what it's sounding like here.
I'm still not convinced that Marciano knows what happened at all with anybody.
I think he passed out.
I think Marciano's on a lot of drugs, especially while he was at the villa, a lot of alcohol, having a good time. I don't know if you knew who was Jessi, who was Demi.
It's all just a bunch of hair extensions that just...
and fillers.
He's making out with things. He's running his fingers through their hair, and it's just, I can't tell which one's which.
You're going to have to go identify the piece of extension that's still left in his suitcase somewhere.
If they're all wet like they are in the intro and stuff, they all look like carbon copies of each other. It's very difficult to tell.
The thing that I think gave it away for him, or he told on himself, was that he's saying Demi promised they'd film about it. So clearly, this man wants more time on reality television.
Screen time. Yeah, that was the whole point. So now we're understanding, okay, if Marciano had a reason to lie, it's so that he can be on TV more.
Which he is at this very moment that we're watching.
That's exactly what's going on. Yeah, he wants to be central part of the story for season 3. But now he's getting frustrated because Demi isn't even filming with the show. So why did you have me go through all of this crazy stuff and fabricate this entire story to throw Jessi under the bus and build all this drama to then not be involved in it? So now he's frustrated. So he's telling Macy and Michaela. Yep. Old frickin' frack here. He's telling them there's more, because there's a history with Demi at Vanderpump Villa as well.
Now, this is the thing that we thought Jen Affleck knew last season, because Demi was acting so weird from the minute that they started filming after they got back from being at that villa. She was weird towards Jen. Jen was kind of weird towards her. And so it's because Jen had figured out that something happened between her and Marciano.
Or like at least was very suspicious.
Highly suspicious.
And kind of knew something
enough that she might say something.
A little fishy about it. Because Demi spent all last season immediately discrediting Jen, So you know that she had something on her. So then that way, if Jen did say anything about what happened at the villa, Demi could say, well, you can't trust anything that Jen says. She's been discrediting her for the entire first half of that season before she left on a mental health break.
So Macy and Michaela leave the interrogation and they immediately get in the car and call Layla and Jessi, who are hanging out together.
And it's good news, but they're going to pretend like it's not good news. And Jessie's getting upset very quickly. So they're like, okay, maybe we should tell her. Like, actually, no. Like, yes, he sung like a canary, I guess, is what we're getting to here.
And he confirmed everything that Jessi had previously said. Plus, they've got this tea on Demi, which everyone is shocked by. Because, man, when Jen said she was taking a mental health break, she really just stopped texting anybody.
Yeah, no, she is unavailable. Yeah. You cannot reach her right now. Yeah.
Then we get hit with a bunch of texts between Jessi and Demi.
Oh, my God.
Where she's trying to talk about the state of their relationship. And we see the texts that kind of ended their friendship. And the amount of times that we had to pause to read them. Because this was a fucking book.
They scrolled through
a novel.
This is the Book of Demi. It's just scroll
texts.
Through the texts with Demi, and that is what you get. Because, yeah, we were trying to figure out. I mean, Jessi does a good job of summarizing it as part of the explanation here. There wasn't really anything else because we did pause on every single screen that they showed us. And it's basically that, but with a lot more like abusive, sort of manipulative guilt tripping that's going on. So she doesn't really mention that too much directly.
Well, I also thought it was weird that she referred to that day that they were all hanging out together as when we were filming that scene. Demi, I think, is always thinking about what the show is going to be like and how she can add more drama. And I don't know if she's able to separate this from real life.
That's why she fights for the bigger contracts.
Yeah, right.
She does big things. Her life's different than a lot of the other castmates here.
I would end a friendship just over how long those texts were.
It's too much.
I don't have the time to read these.
It'd be, wow, that's crazy sort of response. Didn't read it. That's crazy, though. That's crazy.
They go to an influencer event called JetSet.
A Jetsu holiday.
I was so confused because didn't they go to a foil party first that was for Jessi's business that involved hair foils for highlights?
There were a few different events that they were at. Because then this one was just a select few.
Right, then this was an
like
influencer
Layla.
event.
Yeah.
So I guess
one.
at the first one, they were talking about who was going to go to this other event.
Okay.
And we find out that Demi has been texting people trying to get info on when they're going to be filming and where they're going to be. And she found out that they're going to be at this event. I guess she also has an invite to it.
But she's out of MomTok officially. Her photo is black and white. She's not part of the rostered crew of MomTok in the lineup here.
No, and obviously they don't want to see her at a professional event.
So who else was here? It was Layla and Miranda, who mostly clueless. She is in the dark on everything.
Well, they refuse to tell her anything.
Nobody's telling her anything because a lot of people are suspicious that she's the mole to Demi. She's been feeding Demi information here.
We're on the same page that we don't think it's Miranda and we're convinced it's Layla.
I'm feeling like it's more so Layla because Layla has been hanging out with Miranda. So then anytime it's information that Miranda might have access to, Layla has that access and then it gets back to Demi. So then that's an easy way to blame Miranda as the mole. So the reason why she was able to get away with that for a while now was because Miranda hadn't written Demi off, basically. She was still, in her orbit.
Exchanging pleasantries.
If you were at an event and you bumped into her and you saw her, maybe you still say hello, some pleasantries, you talk briefly, but they're not calling and texting every day and staying in communication. So it doesn't seem like that. But then with this event now, with Demi showing up, she tries to pretend like everything's cool with Layla. And then Layla's basically giving her the cold shoulder. She's not hugging her. She's not greeting her. I feel like this was for show, though.
It felt like they were cosplaying a fight because they also stayed off to the side from where everybody else was. And when we got to hear and see what was going on, I felt like it looked put on. Like it looked a little bit rehearsed about how they were going to go about this.
It felt staged. It felt like bad acting.
From a distance, it looks impressive because they're just waving their phones around at each other. They're looking like they're in an intense conversation and maybe not getting along.
Like what Miranda's seeing from across the room, she's like, whoa, they're really getting into it. But then when you're hearing the conversation, because Layla is mic'd up, it's not that intense of a discussion that's happening. A lot of it is just me trying to scroll through her phone. Again, a lot of texts.
I kind of felt like Layla was upset that Demi came to the event because it blew her cover a little bit. Because she marched right up to her and started talking to her in front of everybody else.
Was trying to be so friendly. And then Layla was like, I can't do that because then that's going to...
I can't acknowledge a friendship with you in front of them.
No. That's going to expose me here. So they had to kind of play it up a little bit more, where now this really puts Layla out of everybody's radar as far as like, oh, she's definitely not the mole because she had a public altercation with Demi at this event. So then that puts her in the clear for pretty much everybody in their minds as far as Layla's definitely not the mole.
I also feel like the way Demi reacted to Layla dropping the bomb that Marciano told her that Demi and Marciano had kissed didn't feel like it really hit authentically. Because we've seen her get upset on this show.
So they're kind of floundering, they're flailing, they're working through this argument. Layla at one point calls Jessi and then tries to warn her that, hey, I'm standing next to Demi, just so you're aware. And then Demi grabs the phone and then tries to talk to Jessi directly, and Jessi hangs up the phone because she's blocked everywhere.
See, that felt like a plan to me too. Because Demi can't contact Jessi because Jessi has her blocked. So now Layla's going to call her when they're together so that she can talk to her. I'm very, very suspicious of Layla. And I feel like it's because she's shown us before that she can be bullied and manipulated by some of the other moms in MomTok.
Yes. And then like also just she says a lot of things and then she doesn't really follow through on them. It's always she's going to stand up for herself. She's going to not let people walk all over, and then that's exactly what happens, though.
The funniest part of the scene was when Demi was trying to prove something through text that she has with Marciano, and she has to scroll forever to try to get back to the one that she's referring to because she contacts him so much.
There's a lot of back and forth. A lot of back and forth. And that's why Layla's like, well, why would I trust you? Like, look how much contact you've had with Marciano here.
Well, also, you came for Jessi about what Jessi did with Marciano, but then you had the secret from all of us.
Right, because Layla kept trying to give her the chance to own up to it, and then Demi was not admitting to anything. So then Layla has to tell her, and now Demi's upset. And so eventually they break off here. Layla calls Jessi back. She's trying to fill her in, and Demi is storming out of the place, walking by Layla and lets her know, hey, I'm about to go on my phone. I'm going to go live and just talk about all this Jessi stuff and put it on blast, basically.
I don't know if she can actually do that.
Well, that's what Layla was reminding her. You would be violating your NDA if you did that right now. So not a good move if you're going to do that. Like the producer was yelling at Demi, tried to interfere with her, finding out that if she was going to go live in her car and just spill the beans on this stuff, like that's not going to be good.
She doesn't do it. It was an empty threat.
Of course.
She was thinking about how much money she would owe to Hulu if she did that.
She'd be broke. Yeah.
We had a scene with Jordan and Zach at the gym. Do you care about it? Nobody does, do they?
Well, it was mostly just filling Zach in.
One abusive husband talking to a previously, maybe currently abusive husband. We don't know about how they should approach their relationships with their wives.
Yeah, like the dad talk support group is questionable at best. I think we have a lot of guys who really don't know how to navigate relationships very well, giving each other advice now. And that's not really landing very well as part of the show here.
I really need them to stop trying to push dad talk down our throats. Like the amount of merch that they've bought that says dad talk is ridiculous.
I've seen the hat multiple times.
There were shirts.
There's shirts too.
There were multiple hats.
Multiple hats?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Everything they have, you got to look closely. It says dad talk on it. The MomTok doesn't even have that much merch.
Not a lot of MomTok merch. Just the dad talk stuff.
They're going to go on a girls' trip to St. George.
Ew.
Gross.
As
we know from Christine from Sister Wives.
Ugh.
And they all get in the car together and drive because there's so few members of MomTok that they can all fit in one vehicle together.
The show is running out of steam very quickly here.
Miranda tells everyone that Demi texted her after they left that influencer event. And she made it clear, we're not friends.
This is like the cutoff point for Miranda, where she's like, I saw what happened.
I didn't like that behavior.
Demi's true colors in interacting with Layla, and that was enough for me to say, hey, I'm not even going to be sociable with you anymore. Don't call me, don't text me. But when everybody's asking Miranda questions about being in contact with Demi, there's like enough of a delay where she has to think about her answers. It makes it seem like she's the mole. It makes it seem like she is still friends with Demi and she's keeping it on the DL and she's coming up with an answer. But I think that's just Miranda's speed. I think that's just how she operates.
Just a little delayed.
To direct questions just a little bit slower. It's early in the morning here, I guess. They're piled into the car. It's a road trip
not
day.
Not doing herself a lot of favors.
She's not really totally with it, maybe.
They end up going ATVing and it's super, super windy. Yet they try to have a conversation.
At these scenic spots here on the trip because David's going to take you out on the Razor. Got the ATV. I like going up in Moab.
Miranda's hair was constantly in her face. You could see everybody's terrible extensions.
The extensions were very visible there with the wind-blown parts.
I think Jessi should just let them go wherever they want to get their hair done. Just don't even come to Jay-Z Styles anymore.
Maybe get the product from you, sure. And then installation, though?
Do it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because every time their hair looks bad on TV, that's all everybody thinks about.
It's the jizz hair.
They're getting their hair done at jizz. Yep. They end up going to dinner. And they're talking about the state of MomTok, which was the conversation they were trying to have with the wind blowing earlier.
It's not working out, yeah.
Obviously, numbers have dwindled. We've got to talk about Demi, and then we've got to talk about Whitney.
Well, I think it's more, it was Taylor kind of, hey, it's only a matter of time before Demi and Whitney, who are both people who have quit MomTok, again, Whitney is a repeat offender in that, there's going to come a time when they are going to come crawling back to MomTok, and they're going to try to just weasel their way back in here. So what do we do in that sort of circumstance? And the general consensus is if you left on a mental health break, like Jen and Taylor have, you're welcomed back with open arms. If you quit and you made a scene like Demi and Whitney multiple times, you're not allowed back in. You can't sit with us.
If you VW, it's permanent.
Yes, you turn in your armband and that's it for you. But also they're realizing the table is small. The numbers are dwindling, so let's officially recruit Miranda and make sure that she's on board with this too.
Now our head count's only down 1.
Yes, so we've kind of leveled off here a little bit. The numbers are stabilizing, and we're feeling a little bit better about that. I did love that they threw up the graphic to ping, bring her photo into color mode for us, so that way you know it's official.
Out of nowhere, Jessi's like, I would like to sit down with Marciano.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, the whole table's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What?
She's like, well, we're in St. George.
What?
And I guess she thinks that she can figure out how to meet with Marciano somewhere.
Marciano lives in Vegas, so I guess that's close by.
We don't know geography.
I don't know.
I guess better than where they were before. We know St. George is at the bottom of Utah. We know that.
Where were they for the interrogation? What town was that? That was
Beaver. Remember?
Yeah, Beaver, Utah.
They're not going back to Beaver. There weren't enough restrooms.
No.
So they're going to hang out here in St. George. She's got a genius idea that she's going to have him take a lie detector test if he will agree to do one. And that will clear her name permanently.
A brilliant, beyond brilliant plan.
And the girls are all like, yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. But I'm not going to say that to you.
Yeah, they're not too vocal, adamant.
Their faces say a lot.
The faces are saying a lot, but I don't know if Jessi's picking up on all of that. She's just kind of like telling the girls, here's what I already have planned. This is what I have in mind. And then Taylor's like, none of this sounds good. This all sounds pretty bad, actually. Bad and getting worse. The more that you include Marciano in the plan here, not a good idea.
And Michaela and Macy are like, we will get a phone book and start looking for, what are they, lie detector administrators? Administers? Lie detector examiners.
Examiner.
We'll get an examiner in here. Someone professional with the top credentials.
Well, I'm sure, yeah, they're subscribed to all the investigator, private eye, sort of. They've been to a few conventions now. They're networking within that space.
They find someone. She doesn't want to be filmed. She mentioned something about national security at some point. I don't know what that was about.
Hoity-toity, not to toot her own horn too much. She doesn't do any recording of any kind. I guess they didn't tell her about the phone because they're recording that. I guess Utah's a one-party state, and yeah, they didn't need a release for that.
So according to her, the results will be 96% accurate.
Allegedly.
And after she's done giving them the test, it'll take like an hour to get the results.
Yeah. See, it's not admissible in court, so I'm not going to do it.
That would be your stance.
That's always my stance for any lie detector test. Anytime anybody would try to get me to do one, that's always going to be my response.
Jessi was overly confident about how the results of this test would come out.
Jessi, I think, has a mindset of she's seeing this as the end-all be-all. This is going to clear my name. This is going to fix all the problems.
Well, not only clear her name, make Demi look bad. That's the important part.
Yeah, like that's going to be the bonus then, too, is because it's going to be Jessi and Marciano who are going to do the lie detector test to show without a shadow of a doubt that they are telling the truth about this, even though both of them have kind of wishy-washy back and forth on what the story is and what the tale is here. So it's a little bit, I'm more trusting of Jessi's story at this point because Marciano has flip-flopped and Jessi's kind of stuck to it.
She's getting on my nerves, though. This whole plan is stupid. Why does
this feels like producer encouraged, where they were like, "That is a great idea, Jessi."
Yeah, maybe let's cosplay what that would have been like. I don't know, Jessi. How do you prove that someone's lying? That's such a difficult thing.
I know Marciano just keeps saying things that aren't true, and I need to prove that he is telling the truth or that he is lying and that it's Demi's fault.
It would be crazy if there was like a truth serum or like some type of test that would help us to determine whether or not you guys were lying or telling the truth.
Like a lie detector test?
Oh, Jessi, a lie detector test.
That's a really good idea. I think we should do that.
Here are the number of 5 different examiners in the local area that you can contact.
I already had them pulled up. Did they really need to do this in a hotel? Like, this is part of like the St. George girls trip now?
Jessi loses me by inviting Marciano to her hotel room.
To her hotel room, which, I mean, she's sharing with multiple gals here as part of the MomTok trip.
The vibe was so uncomfortable. He shows up with flowers.
Okay, that was weird, though. Yeah, like this is... does he understand what this meetup is? He was just like, oh, she's having me meet up with her at a hotel? Again?
She didn't give him all the facts.
This is where, yeah, sparks flew and emotions ran high the first time.
I just thought she's wearing a crop top, like a full yoga outfit.
Yoga pants, like with athletic wear.
I felt like if this was me and I just got caught having an affair with this guy, I would wear like the most matronly outfit that I could possibly find.
The Robin Brown special.
Yeah, the Robin Brown special. The Janelle Brown Shark Tank presentation outfit.
If you'll refer to your packet.
That's what you should have been dressed in. You should have looked like a pilgrim when that man came through the door.
Oh, man. Yeah, like, that's the bad look. It's weird for Marciano to hand her flowers and for her to accept the flowers. That was the other part where I was like, you should have been like, what are these?
Yeah,
for?
I don't, what is this?
These
should be for somebody else.
That's not what this is about.
I'm not accepting tokens of love from you.
I'm not here for any of that stuff. Like, this is just strictly a lie detector exchange that's happening here. I'm just part of it, same way that you are.
So he is in her hotel room, and then they have a private conversation. She kicks everybody else out, and all of MomTok's ears are up to the door trying to hear what's going on.
And I mean, I get it. There's production crew in the room. There's camera people. So they're not like alone. But this is still, you just had a whole thing.
This was, if you're going to meet at the hotel, you do this in a lobby.
Keep it public. Yeah,
you know,
public space.
The breakfast area.
You're too close to a bed.
Meet me for continental breakfast.
Don't be in the same room as a bed. Okay, just that's a bad look. Just in general now with the assumptions that have been flying around or the accusations.
It gets worse because then she tells him that she wants him to take a test. And he's like, sure, I will do anything for you, Jessi.
Okay, like weird way to say that. Of agreeing to do this or wanting to, oh yes, I want to clear this up. I'm sorry. I muddied
feel so
the
guilty
waters.
that I blew up your marriage and that everybody thinks that you're a liar. And I want to help clear your name.
Because I was the one who really messed this up. So like, yes, if there's any way that I can help clear this up, I'll be happy to do that for you. No, it was still like this weird love and affection sort of.
Like a lovesick, I'll do anything for you.
It was weird. So that was not comfy. Didn't like that part either. But then they settle in for the actual lie detector test. They're going through the questions. They're strapped in. They have the arm cuff on. The whole 9 yards.
It looked intense.
I mean, it usually is.
I know, I'm just saying, I think I would get so nervous that then it would just skew the results.
Plus, if you just clench your butthole after every question before you answer, then you'll throw the test off. These are things you got to know.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
But you have to do it for every question, because then that way they don't have...
You can't be doing butthole kegels.
Yeah, you have to do it for every single question. So then that way there are no control questions for them to base anything off of. It's just that's what's happening every single time.
The blood pressure cuff was enough to make me not want to do it.
To leave it on the whole time where it's full puffed or whatever. I don't know what the medical terms are.
Cutting the circulation off in your arm.
Is that the medical term? It probably would. It's full puff.
Nurses out there, let us know.
The cuff is full puff. It's hurting.
They go out to dinner after the test. Again, it keeps getting worse.
Why?
Why are you having social time with this man?
Well, we have to wait 60 to 90 minutes for the results to get back.
He can wait in his car.
You
Tell him
can
to
go
to
anywhere
Taco
else.
Bell.
You could go, I don't need you here for the results. Or like I could text you wherever we are and then you can meet up with us. Sure. Go somewhere else. Go be somewhere else. You also, if you're inviting him to dinner, don't need to go hang out with him in the lobby bar by yourself again.
That also looked bad.
Bad.
None of the other moms, should I call them moms or women? Uh-oh. I'm going to get attacked for that.
Yeah. Now you're asking dangerous questions.
None of the other influencers have come down from their rooms yet.
The rest of MomTok.
Conveniently, Jessi and Marciano are down there and he's trying to flirt with her.
He is flirting with her. It's happening.
They're going to sleep together again.
I didn't like how quick she was to get down there to hang out with him. It's like, no, I would have been not the first person down in the lobby.
No, I would have gone to everyone else's room and been like, are you ready to go downstairs?
Would have took my sweet ass time getting down there.
Like the last thing I want to do is have to talk to him alone.
Yeah, don't want to do that. But she kind of does want to do that.
1,000%. More than anything.
That's the problem.
She's savoring every moment that she's getting to spend alone with him.
So they do go to dinner, which looks like barbecue, kind of.
Oh, I didn't notice the food.
Maybe barbecue. Might have been.
All I remember is when they got breakfast the next day, the biscuits looked good.
That'll be for the next episode, yeah. Cliffhang on the breakfast.
Something for you to look forward to.
The breakfast food.
No, I couldn't get past the conversation that they were having at the table.
Oh, God.
Where they're trying to compare. They're asking him more details about the kiss that he had with Demi. And then to figure out how passionate the kiss is, Jessi is asking him which of their kisses it was more like.
Maybe don't talk about that. Maybe don't bring that up. Like, you're way too comfortable with where this is right now, I think.
It just, to me, read like there was no shame about having had those interactions with him.
Yeah.
Or like wanting to talk about it to like relive it a little bit.
And this is the struggle. So then that's what Taylor's noticing too, where she's like, Jesse's making a lot of really bad decisions because Taylor's been there before as far as the infidelity goes. And she knows if this were happening, if Dakota met up with someone he made out with, and then they were just hanging out at dinner, waiting around here, and then talking about, reminiscing on all of their sexual escapades that took place in the past, that'd be very upsetting. So, like, Taylor gets it. This isn't a good look. This is a bad setup here that we have going on.
No, and I feel like she can sense we're saying that we don't want to be together, but we want to fuck right now.
But, like, if we could.
She knows.
If things were different.
She's on that wavelength.
Everybody else seems to be like, oh, they're separated. Jessi is currently separated, so she can do whatever she wants. Okay, but like if you are trying to repair things with your husband,
probably don't hang out with the guy that you had an emotional affair with.
Maybe hanging out with the guy that you made out with, maybe had sex with, which we're going to find out here in a little bit. That's probably not the way to repair that relationship. This was where I was thinking, is it some sort of self-sabotage here that Jessi's kind of leery about fixing that relationship anyway? And so if he gets upset, if this is too much for him to deal with, then hey, that's no big deal.
Or to force Jordan to be the one to make the decision about their marriage.
Right. Yeah. So something to think about there. But we get the results. The results are in. It's like Maury. They're handing the envelope to frickin' Frack, to Macy and Michaela.
I don't think I would let them have just read them off a screen to me. Did that sentence make sense? I wouldn't trust them to read me the results.
Okay.
I would need to see them myself.
The results are very difficult, too, for lie detector tests, because then it's like, ask the question, they read what the question was, and then it's like the responses that it says what the answer is, the answer that was given, and then if it was a lie.
It's not the Maury format where it's like, are you the father?
Yes or no?
99%, 99.999.
99.999.
Or there's no true or false, yes or no,
well, I mean,
lie, not a lie.
These should be yes or no. But then I think what they're tracking too is they're tracking to see, did they lie? So like that's the other part of it, is it's not just yes or no, that was the determination. It's did you lie too?
So we start with the Demi questions,
which are kind of vague.
Did Marciano and Demi have sex? The answer was no. No deception.
Right. No deception, because he said no, and then there was no deception detected. So that was the truth. He told the truth, but they still aren't sure if they kissed, because the way that it was worded was, aside from kissing, was there any other sexual contact, physical sexual contact?
Did they not screen the questions before they took the test?
You should have screened that.
Because they all thought that they were going to be able to nail Demi with this, that they would have a test to say, well, you're going to say that you didn't kiss him. We took a lie detector.
He said that you did, and that was the truth. That would have been helpful, I guess, unless he clenched his butthole.
So that's going to be something that we don't know. Did Demi tell Marciano to lie about his relationship with Jessi? That was inconclusive.
He said no. So then that was like,
what the fuck are you? What are you talking about, Marciano? Didn't you tell them that basically she had told you to lie? So is that she didn't explicitly say, I want you to lie about this?
Right. Because then when you talked to Layla, you said, nobody put you up to that. This is the truth. I slept with Jessi repeatedly. Then when Jessi and Layla are asking you about it for clarification, you kind of stick with that as well. And then when Macy and Michaela ask you about it, then you say, well, no, actually, I lied previously, and Demi did make me do that. Now you go in for the lie detector test, and you say, no, she didn't make me. There was no lying that was coerced by her.
Demi's getting off easy, isn't she?
Demi's lucking out, yeah, with these terrible questions and then with inconclusive results because Marciano is so confused. He has no idea how to even answer the question anymore.
And then we get to the Jessi stuff. So confident that they were going to be able to clear their names. And then they get to a question about if there was any other sexual physical contact. So not intercourse, just any other sexual physical contact. And the answer?
She said no.
She says no. Inconclusive. So that's not deception. It's just inconclusive.
Right.
So now I feel like we need to do it again.
That doesn't look good.
I think that we're going to have to take the test all over again.
Well, here's the problem. She starts getting deceptive results on a few other things that they're asking about, though.
Well, we'll talk about that in the next episode.
Okay.
That was a cliffhanger.
There it is. The lies start pouring in.
That was in this episode, except we got a little exchange between Jen and Zach Affleck that I really enjoyed and I want to talk about because...
With the chubby Italian?
Yes. They're trying to talk about Marciano.
Marcello?
And what's going on with Jessi and Marciano. And
with Mario and Luigi.
Zach goes, the chubby Italian guy. And then Jen answers, Marcello.
Marcello. Yes. Yes, I know him.
Yeah, Marcello.
Marcello Affleck? Yes.
I don't know. That made me giggle. I really am liking Jen.
Just quickly.
She's winning me back. I don't know.
Yeah. I hope she's happy. Yeah. Because I'm still worried about her just in general. But yeah, I am enjoying her more this season.
Well, that's it for this episode. We're going to be dropping episode 4 right now.
Immediately after
this. You can go
this.
Listen to it right now.
Go listen.
Thanks for listening. See you next time.